Hi, I'm Austin Kulman.
And I'm Barbara Walters. Just kidding. I'm Vanessa Giselle.
Oh.
I wish I was Barbara Walters. I bet you all do. Anyway, fun thing this week for you guys. We're doing a gift/giveaway.
Woo!
Gift giveaway. We're giving you a gift if you interact with our show.
Well, not all of you.
Not all of you. Just one lucky person, of course.
We're not rich yet. Hey, we're not
Oprah.
we're not monetized
We're
yet.
not handing out cars here for everybody in the audience. But we are giving away one gift, so stay tuned for that because that'll come somewhere in the episode. You gotta listen to catch it, guys. So anyway, Austin, how have you been this past week?
My week's been pretty good. It's been pretty productive. Doing a lot of card stuff. Oh, I got some good news about a movie that I starred in. I found out that we have like a lot of distributors interested and some offers on the table.
Wait, a movie you started. Tell us more about this. Like, what's your role in this film?
Well, it's called Knife Corp. It's a fun horror thriller film. And there's some comedy too, so it's like a comedy horror, which is kind of nice because it kind of mixes the two genres.
A comedy horror?
Yeah, exactly.
It's a comedy horror.
Exactly.
Like
it's a
me?
comedic horror. Yeah. It's like the same thing I get when I look at your face. Sorry.
Oh, laughter and horiness. Horiness,
no,
yes.
not horror, like horror, like
I know. I'm saying comedy horror. That was the joke, not comedy horror. If you know anybody that says the genre horror, like horror, get rid of them. That's awful.
Are you saying
I hate when
say?
people. There's certain words that people mispronounce that I just can't stand. Like when people say milk instead of milk.
I mispronounce everything. You know what I
Pillow
always get
instead
crap
of pillow.
for
Fuck
is
that.
theater.
You say theater?
Theater.
What do you say theater?
It's theater.
Bro, fuck off.
I hate people who are like, it's theater.
Bro.
It is not theater.
You do not say theater?
It's theater. I go to the movie theater.
Bro.
I get so much crap.
Yeah, you as you should.
Not mispronounce. I know I don't like say it correctly, a lot of things, but I don't care. I just say it my way. Wait,
just a second ago, you were adamant that was the proper pronunciation
of the word.
It is,
for theater, it is, yes.
Where did you hear this?
Well, technically you can say it either way.
Okay.
It's technically grammatically correct to say it either way.
Then just say it fucking theater.
It's
Thank
theater.
you. Please do us all a favor and say
Anyways,
theater.
Moving on. So this movie, it's a fun movie. Hopefully it'll be out in a couple months. There's a lot of interest, which I'm very excited about because I didn't know what was going on.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, stay tuned. Just check Knife Corp. Check the IMDb.
Do you think it's going to hit theaters near us anytime soon?
I don't know. I don't know if it's going to streaming sites right away or if it's going to theaters.
Oh my God.
There might be a limited release theater.
Stop. I can't. There are certain when people say certain words like that, I just can't. I can't do it.
Get very
so can you just say something like cinema instead? I don't like cinema either because my ex was from England and he used to say, fancy going to the cinema.
All right. I get so much crap for theater. I will not take any more. Let's move on.
Stop saying it then.
No. Anyways, the rest of my week, that was most of my week. Very busy with card stuff. That's mostly like the acting update, really.
Wait.
Lots of anxiety.
Rewind. No, we don't all know what you're talking about here.
Yes, I talk about it every week.
Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Yes,
okay,
I run a business.
Okay, so you do that when you're not busy with acting.
Business. Yeah, that's what I do when I'm not busy. That's my side hustle, really.
Because it's a little slow for us right now.
Yeah, well, and you also always just have to be making money on the side until I'm a series regular. So that's what, or a...
Damn. Until I'm a series regular. Did you hear that, casting directors?
Yeah. I'm not short of confidence. Put me on something, for God's sake. Put me on my
dude.
Disney show.
Wait, what? That's what you go straight for is a Disney show?
Well, I got the Disney cheese.
If I had one wish and I could make it go true, come true,
no,
it would be...
Of course, Disney, I would love to work with you, Disney Plus. Actually, one of my dream roles was the High School Musical show that's on Disney Plus.
With Zac Efron?
No.
Oh, I was going to say Zac Efron.
Although I do love the original. Was soaring.
Zac Efron. I never watched that show.
Oh my God.
I never got into Zac Efron until I saw Neighbors.
Oh, yeah. That was kind of late.
Ooh,
I wanted to be Zac Efron when I was growing up.
Ooh, Zachy could get it.
I think we like Zac Efron for different reasons, but
I definitely am into Zac Efron. Anyway,
yeah.
Sorry.
So that was my week, really. A lot of anxiety. A lot of...
Did I just have an orgasm on the podcast?
God, I hope not.
Sorry.
This is
You wouldn't be happy for me?
PG-13 here. Not when I'm sitting next to you.
Is this PG-13? Is our podcast PG-13 when I'm throwing around the word
anymore.
cunt left and right?
Jesus Christ. Well, I'll be the Disney PG person. Can't ruin that.
Sorry,
Anyways.
that was really horrific what I just did there. I took a sip of my drink and I went.
Yep,
That's
I heard
the
it.
worst
You also
thing.
slurped it.
That's almost as bad as saying theater instead of theater.
All right. How was your week, Vanessa? Miss Theater Queen.
Stop. My week. Interesting. Should I start with the more positive stuff first? I feel like maybe.
let's hit him with the positive.
I have a
right
tendency
now.
to just delve straight into the like.
Keep the negative for about 30 minutes in once we warm them up. Then you can tell us all about your
Man, I don't know because it's
and...
been pretty slow for me lately too. But
I had an audition last week. I mean, yesterday.
Yeah, I did have an audition.
Tell us about it.
It was for a new show on CBS. I won't say what it is. I don't know if I can.
I don't know if you
can. I don't think I can, and I just won't. Just because I don't think anybody will care anyway.
Play it safe. Yeah.
But I was playing like a patient to a doctor on it. And what was really upsetting about this is like, why is this happening to me lately? Like, usually you want to get at least, sorry, I keep pounding on the table and
just
don't threaten to fucking pound me or bang me and if you watch last week's episode or listen to it, you'll understand that reference. Anyway, so
why do I have to threaten? Are you just saying without a threat?
Okay, that could get really weird really quick, so let's just not go down that road. So anyway, it was like I went in the audition room, I was waiting there, and there were literally 15 other girls that were dressed just like me.
What do you dress like when you're a patient?
Because she was playing somebody that that's usually like nurses or doctors that wear scrubs.
Well, I don't know, they give you like the little like robe and then they like tie.
Yeah, I didn't wear a fucking gown too. No.
What?
God. We just wear like sweatpants and hoodies like you would if you're like sick and you go to the doctor. Like,
gotcha.
So it was like I had pneumonia in it and I was like coughing and I'm like, I can't get rid of this stupid cough. It's so annoying and like whatever bullshit. Just like being a whiny bitch and pretty much. And then at one point,
you're going method for this.
Yeah. No, I didn't even have to act. Wait, what was that? A fucking duck? Okay. Anyway. So yeah, it was just kind of lame. It was kind of lame because lately when I'm going down to my auditions, I'm not getting like a second or third try. And that's never a good sign because if they're interested, generally they'll give you like, let's try it again this way and then maybe again this way. And I heard like 4 girls going ahead of me, before me, and they all got 2 or 3 shots each. And I went in, I read once, and just like, oh, thank you. That was so great. Thank you. You did really great. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Because... No, I didn't.
That has nothing to do with your acting, though. They might just be looking for, like, strawberry ice cream and your vanilla ice cream. You know? Or your cherry ice cream and they're looking for grape ice cream.
Wow, you could have got slightly racist with that and you didn't. I appreciate that about you. Because you could have easily went for, like, chocolate or, like, mixed vanilla with mixed, twisty cone.
Wasn't going down that road.
I'm a bit of a twisty
But you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes they're just looking for that look. Like, I go in for a lot of, like, nerdier roles, and then sometimes they're like, oh, we want, like, a heavy nerdy guy, you know? Yeah. Because that's like sometimes a stereotypical one, and so then they're just like, oh, thanks for coming in, bye. Or like they're like, oh, your headshot, your face looks so fat, where is it on the rest of your body? Because I have
no casting director has been like, oh, your headshot, it makes you look so fat, you look so obese in this,
cheeks, like,
you fat piece of shit, get the fuck out of my casting office. Like, what casting director talks that way?
Well,
somebody has said to you your face is fat on in your headshot.
I mean, in general, it is, and people are like, yeah, you have big cheeks. I'm like, yeah, I know. Hi, Disney.
Wait, Chip and Dale? You could do the Chip and Dale remake. Yeah, you could be you could be Chip or Dale. I think Chip was the red-nosed one. I think I liked him more.
All right, that's who I'll be then.
Or wait, was he Dale? Anyway.
Yeah.
If you're listening to this, comment on our YouTube. We could just Google it. I'm just trying to get you guys involved.
All 6 of you, we're trying to get your comments.
I'm like, please let us know, is the red chipmunk Dale or Chip? But I could easily Google that like right now because my phone is literally right here. So I'm just desperate for interaction here, guys. So anyway, aside from that, I don't know if much else is new. I mean, I'm working kind of on writing a short right now.
Nice.
So that's cool. So I'm going to go meet with my partner tomorrow, who's the guy that's the other lead in it. And we're going to like learn some tango together.
Sweet. That's
some
exciting.
Tango dance moves. I'm pretty excited about it. Because I don't ever get to play like opposite of like the like stereotypical like attractive like male, whatever, I'm always like the badass that's like anti-men or something. So it'll be nice to be like, oh, this is like, there's some kind of like romance here happening or something.
I get that. Yeah, I never get to play like the Channing Tatum roles or the Brad Pitt roles. So, you know, if you just...
Channing Tatum like in Magic Mike? Is that like your dream?
Well, just like, you know, the leading man role.
I've never seen that film before, actually.
Yeah, me either.
Oh, I need to check that out.
I'm sure you do.
Is Zac Efron in that?
I was going to say. There's a Zac Efron joke in there somewhere.
Is he?
I haven't seen it. I don't know.
Comment on our YouTube and let us know if Zac Efron's in Magic Mike.
Jesus Christ.
Another thing.
Comment about anything. Comment about your hair color, your eyes, your...
Shut up.
How many fingers you have.
Shut
We're
up.
dying for that.
How many fingers you have? That could get kind of sad. My uncle has he cut his toe off with a lawnmower when he was younger. And that's like such an Iowa like hick thing to do, you know what I mean? And then I knew this guy when I did this reality show back in the day. I don't even like to talk about it really, but he was a hick from the sticks down in like Alabama or something. And his name was Willie, and his last name,
Really?
Get this, his name was William Gilly, so it would be Willie Gilly.
Oh,
Willie Gilly. And Willie Gilly was out there one day with his rifle trying to shoot a coon.
Oh, no.
And instead, guess what Willie
He shot off his damn
Gilly did?
big toe.
He shot off a damn big toe.
that what
I'm
it
dead
did?
serious.
Oh, man, what a guess.
He didn't have a fucking toe because he shot it off with a rifle trying to shoot coons.
Was there a raccoon, like, on his foot or something? Like, what was
I
he
have
aiming
no
at?
fucking idea how that happened.
How do
but
you
like,
aim straight down? Like,
how hilarious is that? Like, sorry you
funny.
lost your toe, bro, but like, what a story.
Maybe he got training lessons from Dick Cheney or something.
I don't know anything about that. I don't know anything about that. Anyway.
We're afraid to get political here.
Who's Dick Cheney?
Moving on. Vanessa, we talked about doing a mental health check-in thing because we want to be very like
Damn, that
pro
was so intense,
pro
sorry.
openness mental health.
Yes.
Is this too early to introduce that?
No.
Or I think it kind of makes sense for the weekly check-in. How was your mental health this week?
Yeah. Weekly. What do you call that? Mental health check-in.
Weekly mental health check-in.
I like it. I'm just having kind of a rough day today, and I don't want to get too into it because I don't want to be like, oh, I'm like, pissing and moaning and
We're
crying
supposed to be open
and
about it, because we want others to be open about it.
'Cause
Maybe
there
you can teach them something or help just by being open.
I know, but I just don't want to come off as like, oh, I need a pity party every week or something. But
just be honest. Sometimes it's better than other weeks.
I just feel. Do you ever feel bad about that though? Because you're like, there's literally 4-year-olds like that don't have water in Africa, and I'm over here like, oh, I have anxiety because I'm too scared to get out of my car and like walk up to the gas station and give the person money so I can get gas. It's like, what? Get the fuck over yourself.
Hey, anxiety is real shit. Maybe they're the lucky ones. No, okay, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
My God.
I'm kidding, but in third world countries, they have a way lower suicide rate. Suicide is actually a first world country problem. Which I'm not saying they live better lives.
It's because we're spoiled as fuck. They're trying to survive, and we're over here like taking our survival for granted.
I think they automatically have more meaning in their lives because every day they're like, I'm trying to survive. Like this is, they have like a set goal where we're like, I guess I'll watch Netflix since I'm so comfortable in my first world country life.
Is that your Willie Gilly character there impression?
With my 9 toes. I bet you them African kids have 10 toes.
Oh, shit, dude. Okay, that's another one that I'm just going to...
Oh, come on. We got to push the envelope a little bit here. Jesus Christ.
Damn.
Am I allowed to say Jesus Christ on this?
You could say that. I don't give a fuck about that. I'm not religious, so. Anyway, I'm an atheist.
Killing my career before I ever had it.
That's fine.
But go ahead. Continue with your...
No, I went and saw my psychiatrist today. I see two therapists and a psychiatrist. And
gotta have the trio.
Yes, and then I saw her today, and she said that I have something more serious than just depression and
I'm sorry to hear that.
chronic depression and anxiety. And so she said that there's a couple of things that it could be, and it's just like one of them's like a mood disorder, and then one could be something similar to. She doesn't think it's quite bipolar disorder 2. But she thinks that it could be, if not, it's something sort of similar. So I'm just dealing with that right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. That's some
but it's like one of
stuff.
those things where it's like, when you get diagnosed with a thing, it's like kind of hard, but it's also like a relief in a way because it's like, oh, fuck, I finally know what's wrong with me. And like now I can work towards like trying to treat it.
Exactly.
I can do research and try
help.
and, do things differently to kind of like, help this thing not get worse.
Sure.
No,
sense. Of course. Once you know it, you can start working on it.
Start treating it and all that. Anyway, so that's me. How are you? How's your
mental health wise? Not a bad week. I mean, like I said, I've been having a lot of anxiety, which is more just like general anxiety. The main thing I struggle with is OCD, mental health wise.
Right.
Like I've never really been like a person who struggled with like long term depression or anything. You know, I have bad days just like everybody.
Yeah.
But it's not like something where I go into like a month-long depression or anything like that. Mm-hmm. I've been kind of lucky in that regard. But my OCD has been pretty good this week just because I've been so busy doing, like, sometimes I just overwork myself. I just have my brain just won't stop. Like, it's always going throughout the day.
Same.
And so I'm just like, what do I need to do? What do I need to do? What can I do? What can I do? What should I be doing? What should I be doing? Like, don't be lazy. Don't waste time. And so I was just doing cards like nonstop this week. And, you know, so I was like mentally exhausted, emotionally exhausted just by working nonstop. But at the same time, my OCD only acts up when I'm at like a point of rest or like if my mind doesn't have something to be focused on. Mm-hmm. Or if I'm just like trying to be like super like present, then I'll be like, oh, well, if I'm present, my tongue is here too. Like it's also there.
Right.
And then my mind automatically just like focuses on it.
And for people that don't know, because if you didn't listen to last week's episode, which I hope you did, Austin has a thing with his tongue. It ties into the OCD thing.
Yeah, it's not, I mean, it's my tongue, but specifically it's a type of OCD. It's like automatic body things where it's like things that your body...
I'm sure that's the medical term.
Well, it's... Hey, I'm not a doctor, okay? Why do you think I'm an actor here? I'm obviously not smart enough for med school. Sorry, Mom. It's hard having Jewish parents, coming from a Jewish family and being not smart enough for doctor. Anyway, so the things that my body does automatically, like where it's usually unconscious, swallows, blinks, breathing. Sometimes I like focus on my breathing. I'm like, oh God, it's never going to stop.
Yeah, not focus in the good way as to where you're like meditating. It's like a focus where you're like, you can't.
Well,
get it
I do meditate, and you're supposed to lean into these things. Like, I'm not supposed to avoid it, because if I avoid, like the way I got better in my OCD, like, where I made some big strides, was I would focus on my tongue for, like, five minutes at a time, like, a couple times a day. They call it exposure therapy. And so, that way, when your tongue comes and you're like, oh my God, what do? I don't want to focus on my tongue. Think about something else. Then you get, like, the anxiety spike, and it just stays there. Versus, like, if you lean into it and actually focus on it, then... it's like focusing on what the worst it can be, and then your anxiety just spikes lower and lower each time until soon you're just like, okay, it's there, it's annoying, but like it doesn't cause an anxiety spike. Right. And look, I know how silly and ridiculous and stupid it is that I focus on my tongue, or I get scared that I'm never gonna like stop breathing. I mean, I think it's hilarious. It's frustrating.
You get scared that you're never gonna stop breathing?
That I'm never gonna stop focusing on it, or like being aware of it. What? Because then I'm like, what if I'm acting and I'm in a scene and then I'm like, but I'm focusing on my breath instead of the person. And luckily, that's not how it works. Because if your mind has something else to focus on, it just doesn't. It's really when you're at like a rest period.
Yeah. Yes. And that's like similar with my autoimmune disease. Like they say, if I force myself to get up and move around and stuff, then it helps take some of the pain away in a sense, because some of it is like neurological and. If I lay in bed and I'm just thinking about the pain, obviously that intensifies the pain.
Yeah, it makes it worse.
But if I get up and go on like a 15-minute walk, even when I feel like pure dog shit,
sure,
it helps. It helps take your mind off of the pain, but it also helps with the pain in the way that you're like getting your joints moving and all that shit, like in a physical way as well, not just mentally. So I mean,
it's just weird how it comes out of nowhere. Like. A year ago, I did not have this.
Right.
I had little like OCD symptoms I wasn't like necessarily aware of because it wasn't severe enough to be categorized as OCD or whatever. But that was a lot. But yeah, like it's just weird. All of a sudden, like once I had that high level of anxiety from that movie, then like it just started and kind of never went away. But it's definitely gotten a lot better, and I'm very grateful for that. So if you have anything like any mental health problems, reach out. If you ever need to talk, feel free to.
I don't don't want to offer myself as a therapist.
Oh, well,
here.
not like a professional help.
Well, I mean, because I'm just trying to help myself. So, like, I can only give you as much advice as I can give you, but I can't.
Yeah.
I mean, I would like it if people would, if we could open a discussion about these things, obviously, like, if it's something you don't talk about a lot and you need to get it out there, and we can start bringing some of these things up on the show, too.
Yeah, well, I don't know if people want them, like, out there. You know, not everybody's as open about it. So, I mean, obviously, wouldn't reveal a name.
Yeah, but I mean, obviously, yeah, exactly. I mean, but that goes with, okay, so then you wouldn't want to comment on the YouTube because that's a public forum. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
well, like, I'm saying to reach out,
privately, we have an email account.
Yeah.
What is it?
It's Nutjobspodcast@gmail.com.
Nutjobspodcast@gmail.com. And so, like, if you...
Yeah, just let us know where you're going to.
Or topics you'd like to hear us talk about, or if you wanted to talk to one of us about, like, the OCD, or me hypnotizing myself into thinking I had schizophrenia for a role, or your anxiety, or my anxiety, or our chronic, like, depression, or you know, this thing now where I'm, like, you know, potentially going to be diagnosed with bipolar disorder too, any of that stuff, like, and if you wanted us to keep it private, absolutely no doubt about it, we will. But if it's something you want us to bring up on the show, then do that.
Well, not just on the show. Feel free to reach out and I'll talk to you, like, personally. Because I think that's what part of why we're here is, like, to spread awareness and also to try and help people dealing with it, and by talking openly, like, we hope that it helps. You know, you relate and be like, okay, I'm not the only crazy person. Yeah. Like, we all have weird thoughts. Some people know how to deal with them better, and some it affects them less. Yeah.
Anyway,
so.
Yeah. So, anyway, hit us up on our YouTube in our comments, or at nutjobspodcast@gmail.com.
Really pushing for that interaction there on that comment.
I mean, opening up the discussion, that's a big thing.
Of course. I'm just joking.
Like, people inboxing me privately, sometimes I get a little wary of that, just because I'm like, dude, I'm trying to get my own shit together, and like, you can't rely on me to, like, take the place of your therapist.
On, but no,
I feel
like
not. With my personality type, a lot of people do try and sort of...
Really?
Oh my gosh.
Well,
and it just... Because they feel comfortable talking to me about things, which is good, and I want people to, but then they start to, like, kind of, like, abuse that. Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying, is, like, I can help, or, like, I can only give you so much.
That makes sense. Definitely seek professional help as well, but...
Fuck yeah. I mean, because that's the thing. Like, I've had friends and stuff who, like, don't go to therapy, and they definitely should be going to therapy, but then they come to me every time they have a problem, and I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. So anyway, aside from that, with the check-ins and stuff, we were talking about how in our phone conversations, since we talk all the time on the phone and stuff, mental health's always brought up, and acting stuff. But then also, like, one of the biggest things we realize we always, like, talk about or discuss are, like, the awkward interactions that we have with people, like, pretty much on a daily fucking basis.
Yeah, it's so funny. Especially yours. Yours are just so freaking funny.
And it's so funny because I'm, like, blanking completely right now. I can't even think of one situation right now.
Well, they always happen while you're on the phone with me, I feel like. Like, I remember
because they're always happening. Like,
yeah, like, a couple of days ago, you were, like, in line at a grocery store, but the line wasn't open, and you were just, like, standing there for 5 minutes.
Oh, yeah, I'm like, is this not?
And then you're like, oh, is this one open? And they're like, no. You're like, oh, well.
That's just, like, so common and normal.
It's just so funny.
But,
it's
like,
not even awkward, but it's just hilarious.
But, like, sometimes, like, I feel like I'm a really empathetic, big-hearted person, but, like, if you catch me in the wrong mood, or if I'm in the middle of something and you come at me, it's just like, bitch, back off. And I feel like I do that quite a bit.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
That's one of the things, like, if I'm embarrassed, one of the things that happens is, like, I remember one time I was, like, running into a shopping mall, and it was, like, this was back home in Iowa, and I was, like, sprinting into the shopping mall. I couldn't wait to get in there for some fucking reason. I think I was just freezing my dick off, mostly. But I was running, and I hit a patch of ice, and I was, like, in my 20s at this point. I hit a patch of ice, and I just went down so hard. And this is the thing. If you see me fall down or get hurt, don't come up to me and try to assist me. I know that's what a normal person wants to do, and it's very nice of you, but in that moment, it's exactly how I react, because I'm, like, embarrassed, and I want you to pretend as if you didn't see it happen. I want you to pretend like it never happened and just keep walking along, because if you come up to me and you're like, oh my God, are you okay? Then I know for a fact you fucking saw it. You saw me hit the fucking ice and scream like a little bitch, because I scream like a little bitch when I get hurt or when I get scared. and it's loud. And so I get pissed. So these two like attractive like guys around my age come up to me like, oh my God, are you okay? Do you need help? I'm like, just get the fuck back. I just like, I just break. That's what I do. And my family's like, oh my God, but they're kind of used to it, you know?
Oh my God.
I'm just like,
hilarious.
dude, I scream, I cuss, whatever, because it's like, get the fuck away from me. Like, I'm fine. You know, and it's just like, damn, okay.
Jeez, okay.
So that's something that I do when I'm feeling a
All
little,
right.
and it's like, but then I'll think about it later. I'm like, fuck, that was mean. That person was trying to be nice, and I feel bad about it.
All right, well, if you see Vanessa get hurt anywhere or like trip and fall in the street, stay away from her. Be like, everybody back off now. She's fine. Like,
just if it's so bad, just call 911 from a distance. You know what I'm saying?
What happens when the paramedics come up? They're like, no, I'm fine. I don't need the hospital.
Exactly.
My head's bleeding. Oh, it'll stop.
Sometimes
I'll get a Band-Aid.
Exactly. Sometimes if I've had enough time to like think about it, then I'll be like okay with it. But the initial reaction is like, get the fuck off me. So like paramedics, you're 50-50 chance. I don't know. And it depends on the severity of the situation, I suppose.
Okay. So is that what you're going for, like for your awkward interaction of the week?
My awkward interaction of the week, that would be a good one.
We'll go, yeah.
It's usually with like men I think are attractive of the opposite sex that stuff happens.
Yeah,
with,
you've told me some funny ones about that.
Ooh, yeah, anyway, we'll get into that next week. What about you? Did you have any weird happenings?
Yeah, I did have a weird happening.
Interactions with people?
Okay, I don't know why, but there are a bunch of baby signs in front of a house on my street.
What do you mean baby signs? Like baby on board?
No, like there's like 50 pictures of babies, and they're like signs in front of the house. And they all have different numbers.
In front of one house?
Yeah, in front of one house. And it's weird because they were on a different house like 2 blocks down last week. I don't know if it's like some sort of prank that people are like throwing them in front of people's houses.
Wait, you have to describe these
So there's
better.
pictures of babies, all in like different positions, different facial expressions, and they're on like signs in the front yard. Okay. And like some of them are like, you know, laying out like, and then some of them are like smiling, and some of them are like angry. It's really weird. And they have like different numbers as if they're like cataloged, where you like go and you're like, I'll take a number 5, please.
Oh,
and
God,
it's, like,
that's so creepy.
The baby smile. I know, it's weird. I don't know.
That's so weird.
But I'm like, this is so weird and so odd that I feel like I have to somehow use it.
So there's no letters on it or any words. It's
just
numbers.
No. It's
They're
just
all
pictures
numbered.
with a little number in the bottom corner. It's super weird.
Maybe it's a voting thing where somebody's voting for the cutest baby or something.
I don't.
They have those weird baby competitions
maybe.
all the time.
I feel like I don't know.
Anyway, go ahead. Sorry, this is very weird.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I should like do something with this. Like, of course, being that weird like creative person, I'm like, I have to do something, right? Like, I can't just let this go by. So I'm like, okay, I'll make a TikTok. So I'm walking by and I'm like, you know, just like on the main drag. Like video recording these babies and then like talking to myself or like doing selfie, you know, so I'm like talking to the TikTok or whatever.
What
and
are
people
you saying to the TikTok? Like doing different voices for the different babies?
Yeah, so like I was like, well, maybe I'll do like a little stand-up thing. I don't know. So
okay, well what did that entail?
Well, I was like, oh, so what do you call you like yourselves, like your group of babies? And I'm like, how about an infantry?
Oh my God.
Hey, I didn't say it was good. Anyway, so I was like, an infantry. And then I'm like, so, I got a little too drunk last Saturday night, and, you know, I was thinking maybe I'd try the whole diaper thing. Are they comfortable for when I go out?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's terrible. But, like, cars are driving by giving me weird looks, and then, like, all of a sudden this, like, lady walks by, and I'm like, okay, I'm gonna go now, bye. Like, it was just so weird. And people are like, what is this guy doing in front of this house? Like is he, like, trying to kidnap their baby inside? Because I assume that maybe he had, like, a newborn, and that's why they had the baby. I don't know. Obviously, super weird, super cringy, super awkward. And the lady's, like, walking by and driving by, everyone's staring at me, and I'm just like, okay, maybe I get a little too carried. But, you know, like, I feel like actors get carried away in their thoughts more and, like, are kind of more prone to acting things out in public. Like, I remember one time I had an audition, I think, and I was with my dad in the mall, and like I started doing my audition in the mall for some reason. Like, I had a thought, I'm like, oh, that'd be funny, and then I like test it out, and the next thing I know, my dad's like, Austin, you look like one of those like schizophrenia people on the street. Like, what?
Hey, don't knock it. Don't knock it.
No. My high school teacher, I remember he was like, when I see those schizophrenic people on the street, they inspire me because they're so real, even though there's nothing there. And I'm like, well, That's interesting.
Fucking weird. Sorry, guy. Who was this? Your high school teacher?
Yeah.
I'm envious of them, for they are the real actors.
That's where I get some of my inspiration.
Like, what is that? I'm sorry. That's really fucking.
I know it. Yeah, that's messed up. No, it's unfortunate. That's like those people. Yeah, it's.
No, it's fucking sad, dude.
Yeah, exactly.
It's sad.
Like you shouldn't.
Horrific. Yeah, no, it is. It's horrific. Sad.
Thank God there's getting better treatment, but it's super sad, and the mental health epidemic is ridiculous.
It drives me insane.
It leads to so much.
I mean, pun intended. Wait, I don't know.
So. But it leads to so much homelessness. Like, everything is just awful.
Yeah,
it's off the charts.
Okay, let's not do that because
we have enough sad.
Okay. Anyway,
I don't want you to start crying.
Right. Did you bring a quote this week? I asked you to bring a quote.
This is true. I have ones that I just always have in the back of my head.
Okay, what's a quote that like really inspires you or like means something to you right now?
That means nothing really means something to me at the moment right now, but
nothing.
One that always, well, I have these little Jewish sayings, to be honest, that are quoted from a rabbi, I guess. Okay, and it's like humility is accepting that the only thing that matters is meaning. Like, if you can just always focus on what's meaningful, then you will be humble. And they all say like the humble man is like guaranteed the crown or something like that. But like, it's so true.
But isn't that you like seeking the crown?
No, that's not the reason to do it. The reason to do it is just always do what's meaningful. Always focus on the meaningful thing. And there's good examples of it. Like, you walk into a room where you don't really know anybody, and you can either be on your phone because you're like anxious or nervous or whatever, or you just don't want to meet new people, or you can be like, oh, like it's meaningful to meet new people, meet new connections, just say hi. And like, it's hard to always do the meaningful thing. It's super hard to always do the meaningful thing. But that's an example. Like, you just should always ask yourself, what's meaningful? Like, how do I feel? Usually you don't feel like doing what's meaningful, like usually you feel like watching Netflix versus like working. Yeah. And so it's like, always don't put your ego out. Like, be in control of your ego, be in control of your thoughts, and just do what's meaningful. Stand up for somebody who's getting bullied because that's what's meaningful. Even if you put yourself in a position to like get bullied, right? Then it's like, don't, like. Yeah,
that one makes more sense for me. Like, I'm definitely the person that if I see somebody getting bullied, I'm going to get in there and like stick up for them. But the thing about like being in a room full of people and not being on your phone, like, no, because that's interactions with other people that I don't know, like strangers. Like, if I'm like waiting in an audition room or something, I don't get anything out of sitting there and chit-chatting, or even just like being at the doctor or being anywhere like out in public. I don't get and that's a thing. Like, some people need that and it means something to them. But for me, it's literally like, I would rather not talk to you.
Well, at an audition, you could be like, well, my art is more meaningful.
Yeah, no, but for me, it's just like, I don't need to like interact with random people on a daily basis. I don't get enjoyment from that.
Really? I think there's so much enjoyment to get.
And I know that a lot of people do, but I don't feel that way. In fact, I feel like they're taking from me, if that makes sense, because I'm really super fucking introverted, and I get really drained really quickly, and I feel like I only have like a certain amount of energy to give people on a daily basis. I know that sounds kind of wacky if you're an extroverted person, but like, I some people, like extroverts, they get recharged when they're around people. They need people around, and that's how they kind of charge their battery. Me, my alone time, that's how I charge my battery. Keeping my social interactions like kind of like smaller, reserving them or keeping them like that helps me. And I don't like this fake bullshit out in public. I think a lot of like the interactions with people when you're out and about during the day running errands or whatever else, like sometimes you might get a meaningful one, but for the most part it's just like small chit chat that's bullshit, like fake, like
I think you can find meaning in it. Like, even in the morning, I always make sure to like be like ask the people who, when I go to Starbucks, I'm like, hey, like, how's your morning?
Oh, I hate that.
Oh my God, like I've become friends with so many Starbucks employees. I hate that.
Like, I don't need
and I look forward to
that's good.
seeing them in the morning. And
I
like,
hate it.
Hey,
oh, I hate that.
Oh, I have like full on conversation, and then sometimes I like bring out their phone and start like showing me things where they work, and I'm like, because they're working a job, they're probably not like having the time in their life or anything, and I'm just like,
okay.
If there's anything that I can do to try and make it a little bit better or like brighten up their day, that's a very meaningful thing.
Okay, but for some people, it doesn't brighten their day. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like we assume that it's like, oh, we have to be like, hi, how are you? Oh, how have you been since last time I saw you? Or like, ooh, the weather out there. But some people are just like, bro, I just rather do my job. Like, get out of here. You know what I mean? So it just depends.
I personally haven't come across somebody really like that.
Yeah, well,
when I'm making like small talk with
that's nice, but you haven't come across somebody like me yet.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean, because like if we were to meet and I was like working a job or something, and you're like, oh, I really like blah blah blah, and like blah blah blah, I'd be like, cool, here's your coffee, get the fuck out of here.
Jesus Christ.
Get the fuck on out of here,
but we might also just end up talking about acting and like teaching each other something. Like I also, you try and find their interests and you learn them over after talking.
We're so different that way.
All right.
Are you an extroverted person?
I mean, naturally, I would say no, but I'm forcing myself to like.
Oh, that's.
And acting actually kind of taught me to be more extroverted. Like I used to not talk to anyone. My mom would give me so much crap. She's like, "You're too shy, blah blah blah." I don't know. So I'm getting there, but like it's
It'll happen like rarely for me where I'll see somebody out and about that I'm like, I really need to talk to that person. I need to talk to that person, and then I kick myself in the dick because I'm like, oh, I'm so shy and I can't do it. I can't talk to myself all the time. I can't because it's hilarious coming from me like a woman. But anyway, so I don't know. Like I feel like I'm constantly kicking myself when I see somebody that I want to talk to in public because I just don't. I'm too shy to do it, sort of. But yeah, for the most part, it's like if I'm at a coffee shop sitting down, I just want to get my coffee. I want to get out of there. Like, hi, what's up? Thanks, blah, blah, blah. I don't need to like, how are you? How's your day? Oh, the weather. Oh, this or that. Cause it's like also surface to me. And also like, I'm not looking for any deeper thing. And like, I'm not looking to get like have any new friendships come out of like my experience of trying to get coffee at the coffee shop. I don't know. So for me, it's just very like, boom, like just in and out, like, leave me the fuck alone. I'll leave you the fuck alone. Let's just do this. We don't have to be dicks to each other. Like, don't throw my change at me. But like, yeah, that's just kind of how I see it. And now if I ever want to get a job in customer service, nobody's going to service. First of all, I can't talk, but nobody's going to hire me because they're like, it's something that I can turn on. I've worked a lot of like customer service jobs and I've done a fine job at them. I might add.
Well, I want to hear your quote, but real quick, let me just wrap up that I feel like I can't really get embarrassed if I'm always focusing on doing the meaningful thing and what's right.
If you're what? Sorry.
I can't get embarrassed. Because even if I like talk to somebody and make an idiot out of myself, or like I have an audition and it goes badly, anything that I would normally just be like embarrassed or whatever, I would just be like, no, I tried doing the meaningful thing, the right thing, and like, I put myself out there in my art, and if they're like, that was awful, I won't be embarrassed. I'll be like, well, I expressed myself, I did my art, I did my best, or like, if I talk to somebody and I, leave my jaw on the floor.
I'll tell you what it is, okay? It's not when people are like, how are you today? It's when I give them kind of a short answer and I'm like, good, thank you. And then I go to order my coffee. You can tell that person probably isn't trying to have like a conversation with you. Yeah. So then you can shut it off. Sure. You can turn it down. But what pisses me off is when somebody's like, you're in a rush, you're trying to get your coffee, or you're just not in a conversational mood, and you go in and they're like, how are you today? And you're like, good, thanks. And then you're like, oh, what kind of, so you're good. Oh, okay, blah, blah, blah. And then, well, what do you think of this? Oh, I really like that, or I don't. And it's just like, bro, okay, like, you could tell right from the get that I wasn't feeling this conversation. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, get the point. It's like, if I go out and I'm having dinner with one of my friends or something, if a guy comes up to me and asks me out on a date or something, or he's like, hey, how are you? And I already know where it's going to kind of go, I'm not interested. I'm just going to keep it short and just be like, good, thanks. And then I'm just like, hey, how do you like that lasagna? Talking to my friend again or whatever. And he's over here like, well, like, blah, blah, blah. I really like your shirt. And I'm like, thank you. And then I'm like over here. And it's like trying to be nice enough to where it's like the guy doesn't go like, jump off a bridge because you just like, he's he worked up enough balls to come up and ask somebody out. But at the same time, it's like, bro, you got to be able to tell when to fucking back off.
Yeah, just, okay, read the other person. Read the
super passionate and intense about this. I'm sorry, I tend to do that sometimes. Anyway, so
Okay,
my
what
quote,
was your quote? Yeah.
my quote really quickly here, because I know we got to start wrapping up here. Where did it go? I saved it in my phone. Where did it go?
Okay, while you do that, you know what happened to me this week that really pissed me off? I was making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Dude, speaking of which, this dude didn't have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich until what age?
I was like 21.
Holy shit,
Yeah,
that's
there's
insane.
a lot of things that I just have experienced very
okay,
late in life.
I know we're kind of like crunched for time right
Yeah.
now, but next week, can we hear about how that's even possible for a fucking 21-year-old man living in the United States,
Hey, a lot of
like
chicken strips
middle class
and French fries,
kid that never had a fucking peanut butter and jelly sandwich till he was
there's a lot of
legal.
things.
He was old enough to legally drink. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. Well, I think we're gonna make it a little reoccurring thing. I'll start revealing things that I haven't had yet or
Austin.
came into very late.
Austin adulting.
Yes, that is what we will call it.
Okay.
All right. Oh, real quick, what pissed me off though? I was making a PB&J, which I eat a lot of now. I'm making up for lost time. My roommate left one piece of bread in the thing. Well, actually,
is your roommate gonna watch this?
I don't know. Hi, Ruby. You, Ruby.
Fucking Ruby.
You picked an odd. I let him. He's like, "Can I have some of your bread?" I'm like, "Sure." But he took an odd number of slices. Don't take an odd number of slices of bread. You always got to leave an even number. Because now I just have one slice of bread that I don't know what to do with.
Right? It's like
what do you do?
somebody borrowing one mitten. What's the fucking point? Dude?
Exactly.
Now we're both out of like.
Yeah. Keep it even. Keep it in pairs of twos.
That's okay. Yeah. You know what?
It pissed me off because then I went to make my PB&J. I'm like, "There's one slice of bread." I'm like, "What do I do with this? Like." Make toast or something?
No, you fold it in half and you have a little baby peanut butter and jelly
I
sandwich that's mostly
that.
made of like crust. Wait, did he
Gross.
leave you the butt?
Yeah, the butt!
Ah!
No, he didn't leave me the butt because technically he left like 3 slices. But I was dealing with a butt piece. And like, what do you do with a butt piece? You know, that's the worst.
But you had a full sandwich plus the butt, so fuck off.
I had
You're
a full
fine.
sandwich the day before. This was a new day where I was making a new PB&J.
I see.
And all I had was butt.
This is the shit that people end up like murdering their roommates over, and then they end up on like 2020, and I'm like watching it with like my mom all
my
like
God, my
super
mom
into
loves
it.
that.
Dude, 2020.
Well, how's the voice? There was one piece of bread.
Yeah.
And what did he do next? He picked up a knife, but it was not for the bread. That's pretty good, right?
That's pretty good. I like it. All right, so my quote is...
Who said the quote?
Hold on. I'll do this how I want to, goddammit.
Do it. It's your time.
There's a whole presentation that goes along with me revealing this quote. No,
wait, are you going to reveal a thing, by the way?
Yes, literally. It's my quote is this. Social media made y'all wait.
I think I know this one, actually.
Okay, I'm sorry. Don't ruin it.
Okay.
I actually have so many inspirational quotes all the time that I'm like so moved by, or like I get teary-eyed over, or like they really make something click in my head. I saw this and I was just like, okay. That made me feel
Real
some
shit.
different kind of way.
Real shit.
You know, real shit. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. And that was said by my man, Mike Tyson. So social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Mike Tyson. Please put that on my fucking tombstone when I die,
Jesus
by the
Christ.
way. I
like
it.
you're like, I have a big heart, I'm empathetic, I want to punch you in the face. You say shit to my face, huh? Don't say that shit on social media. Don't say it on Instagram.
Starbucks workers never fucking ask me how I'm doing. Fuck you. Eat shit and die.
This big heart can pack a big punch. Coming right for your nose.
No, but seriously, I am that. I'm very loving, and I love the people I love. And that's the fact. I'm there for the people I love. I care a lot. I give a lot of shit.
It's true.
I give a lot of shit about the people I care about.
Dogs, too.
And my dogs and animals in general. I've been vegetarian for 19 years. I mean, that says something about me. I can't kill insects, but there's certain things that I just don't appreciate about society. I don't necessarily agree with, and that's probably why I'm a little bit of a hermit crab. Anyway, so this thing that we're doing, sorry, I'm spitting all over, Jesus Christ. We're doing this giveaway. So, but what we're going to do is, we're a little short on time. I wanted to play this game.
Oh, come on. Just go. We're fine.
Well,
We're trying to make our episodes like 40, 45 minutes. for
I wanted
now
to play this
until it
game.
would become more interesting.
I wanted to play this game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't even know if it's possible to play this game with two people. I haven't really thought it through, but I'm always looking for people to play catchphrase with me. And I thought, oh, what a perfect opportunity if we're trying to like, integrate some games in here. I can force Austin to play catchphrase with me. So basically, like, you press go on the thing. You guys won't be able to see this anyway, probably. But you've all probably fucking played catchphrase. This is the only guy that has never played catchphrase, probably. And so, yeah.
So how does it work? Like,
so
this is the competition
hit a
to
category.
Win the prize?
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Hold your britches, bud. Okay. I'm getting there. So here's a category. It's 2000s, right? So then I'll hit go. Okay. And then it's slider. So I have to try and describe to you okay, they're baby hamburgers. Blah 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 blah. Without saying the word or it starts with or cheating like that. So yes. So then you go.
Wow, the noise is so noisy. Okay, can we turn off the
sound? You can't. God damn it! You guys are just gonna have to deal with it.
So
it makes it more fun. It makes it more intense.
You're gonna give like.
So
10
wait
minutes?
a second.
Okay, I'm sorry.
Jesus fucking Christ!
I'm an anxious person.
I'm gonna Hulk out, motherfucker. I am the wrong one.
Hey, at least I'm saying the shit to your face and not on social media.
That's true. Good point. Okay, so anyway, you try it now. You hit the category button. You describe something just one time with me so we can show the people how it's done and because also I love to play the game. And then I'll tell you how you can win a prize by doing this. Yes, go.
Okay. This is a weird one. Okay, they play music at parties, but it's in the morning.
What?
Okay, who plays music at 2 a.m. at a party?
Teenagers, high schoolers, college kids.
There's one guy normally. He spins the record.
Oh, a DJ.
Yeah, and what time is it at? Don't ask me why, but if it goes late, it's not nighttime anymore. It's technically
midnight.
No.
AM. DJ
yes,
AM.
Yes, thank you.
Oh, hey-o.
Is that DJ AM a person?
Hey-o, I got it before time was up, so I win. Okay. That's not technically how you play the game, but anyway. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna push a category and I'm going to describe. You can describe too. Okay. Until the time is up, we can describe this to them. It'll beep and it'll tell us.
I think we should just give like 5 things. Make it kind of hard so not everybody gets it.
What do you mean 5 things?
Like we'll give like 5 descriptions. Because if we just describe it for like 60 seconds, then everyone's going to know what it is.
Okay, we'll give you 5 descriptions. Okay. And then if you know the answer, email us at nutjobspodcast@gmail.com. So it's NUTSG. I mean, oh my God, damn. You guys are going to be emailing nutgobs. NUTSJOBS, Nutjobs Podcast.
Yeah, do you want to
at gmail.com. It'll be on our YouTube and on our Instagram too.
Wait, is DJ AM a person?
I have no fucking idea. I don't know anything about modern music. I can't keep up with these kids.
Okay. What can you win? Ooh,
the thing you'll be
big
winning
reveal.
is this cute booty lounge outfit. It's an entire workout set, and it's this cute little pink camo outfit. This was given to us by Cute Booty Lounge. They're amazing.
Not given to me, given to you.
So if you're big into working out or doing yoga, or you just want to wear this out,
it's nice stuff though, right? It's like high quality. It's expensive.
Yeah, it's not cheap, guys. I kind of want to keep it for myself.
Yeah, me too. I can rock that spandex and yoga.
Or
class.
Christmas is coming up. If you want to win it for your girl, that's always a good idea. So anyway,
so there's 2 things? Is there 2?
Well, it's a top,
it's
a bra, it's a sports bra, and a pair of these like booty shorts. So for yoga or like the gym or just running an errand.
Why are they?
What?
This one's a small and this one's a medium. So if it's supposed to all go together.
Yeah, they fit differently. You know what I'm saying? Like stop making fun of this. Okay, they're gifting us with their.
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah. Anyway, Jesus Christ, kids these days.
Okay,
let's do this.
So we're giving 5 hints.
We're going to give 5 hints. If you know the answer, email us at nutjobspodcast@gmail.com for a chance to win this, and send us your email address and name. No, not your email address. Sorry, your address, so we can send you this if you are a winner. Okay, here we go. Oh, fuck, this is hard. Okay, she was in the film Blue Jasmine. I think. You don't know who it is?
I know who it is.
Okay, that's one hint. She
just gonna corroborate
is a
all this.
really good actress.
That's true.
That's 2. She has blonde hair most of the time.
Yeah.
That's 3. She's maybe like 40s-ish. And she was just...
Nope, she's 50.
Oh, is she? She looks great. She was in a film with
Wait.
Rooney Mara within the last 5 years. Those are the 5. That's
Wait, what
good.
was the first one you said? Blue?
Jasmine.
Jasmine, okay. Wait, by saying... Okay. Those are some easy hints.
Those are easy hints,
Literally,
guys.
you can just Google the cast.
Exactly. Yep.
So how does it work? If 10 people get it right, or 30, not that we have that many people listening.
Whoever emails us first.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, you better listen. You guys better click on this one quick.
All right. Anyway, so then you'll win this cute booty lounge. www.cutebooty.com. Thank you so
Booty
much.
Lounge.
Anyway, so I think that about does it for
Wraps
this
us
episode.
up. Yeah, episode 3.
Episode 3.
Woo! I think we're getting better slowly but surely.
Yeah. I felt a little off today, but that's just because of my own personal bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
But
it didn't show.
it's always fun. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I know. Especially when I start to talk about shit I'm passionate about, like Starbucks workers
Jesus
saying, "How
Christ.
are you?"
Yeah, and people helping you.
Or people helping me when I fall
If
on
you
the
get
ice.
stabbed or something, I'm being like, she's fine. She'll live. Like,
Don't ask me how I'm doing when I see you out in public, and don't fucking try to help me if I'm injured. God, it's common sense, people. Honestly. Okay, anyway.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching.
Appreciate you, and we will see you next week.